What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We are back again with another stream, another live stream. Once again on Hangouts, I am planning to have more guests, so whoever's around, I'll bring you on. Hold on, let me pop out the chat. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, who we got? Jedi Bob, I know you say you wanted to come on. Lego Stars, you have been asking to come on for a long time. So I don't know how you guys want to do it, but send me your email and I'll send you an invite. Got that boy Creed back in the chat. Got Crash Bash Fox. What's going on? Venom Bricks. What's going on, guys? It's all good, Screaming Seagull. I'm just still going to be working on the landing platform. So much landing platform. Fortunately, there aren't really any designs on the platform over on this side of it, so it'll be a pretty straightforward build, which is nice. It's always nice when you can build something that's pretty straightforward. So how's everyone doing? Was watching back the last part of the live stream to check how I sounded, and I sounded extra Yorkshire. That's good, man. You gotta represent. Gotta rep yo city. Rep your state, rep your country, rep your set. What's up? Got Tipping Top Hat, Bobby Craig. What's going on, guys? You fell into the, well, how do you pronounce that? This is me noticing you. Yorkshire. We have another. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, what's going on? Yeah. All right, sounds good. All right, see you. Bye-bye. All right. What's up, CO Clone Commander, JJG Designs? So, Yorkshire. JJG says he just uploaded an Anakin versus Obi-Wan stop motion, but it is incomplete. Well, if it makes you feel better, the Jedi archives were incomplete. Tipping Top's hat says, I have enough money to buy the Kessel Run Falcon. Should I wait, buy the Falcon, or buy the AT-AT from Matt's Bricklink for $100 or do something else? I don't know, man. Which set do you want? Which one do you want more? Yeah, I'd love to have you on, Hunter. Just let me know. We got Prison Mike in the house. What's going on? Says, I can't join today. I had 30 minutes break on your first stream, but you had a guy on. Oh, okay. Is that really your email, Jedi Bob? Jay, can you ever make a Camino mock? I'm interested in seeing how you'll make Camino buildings things with enough space for figures, maybe. I would love to. He says, I won't fault you for mispronouncing a town like Leicester or Worcester? Even though even I struggle with that. Leicester I did know about, only because of the Lego figure. BreadyCurls@gmail.com. All right, if you say so. Let me send you that invite. How long is the stream? Will you be live in 2 hours? Probably not. This will probably I'll probably just go for like an hour longer. Okay, I'm typing in your email and it's not pulling anything up, so I don't know what to say about that. Okay, here. Okay, here. I got you. All right, Jedi Bob has been sent the transmission. What's up, Stanley? I just sent the invite, Jedi Bob. Tipping Top Hat says, if they made a Tantive 4 next year, how much do you think it'll be? That's a good question. I would hope somewhere in the $300 range. Oh, yeah. This is my Brick Fiesta shirt from, I think, let's say it on here, 2015. Have I seen videos of Lego warm up? I haven't seen the video yet. Someone mentioned that earlier. I have not seen it yet. What's up, Star Wars Bricks Productions? Okay. I sent an invitation again. What's up, Master Porg? What a great name. Yeah, guys, smash that like button. All right, I'm going to send you the email to the invite. You should get it now. We got ReboBricks. Yeah, I'll check your message on Insta. Got NerdBrick 101. Barreras says, Jay, are you going to join Empire Lug with Matt and Garrett? I already sent a form to join. Probably not. What Star Wars creature would make for a great UCS set / model? I'm thinking of those giant dinosaur boys from the Phantom Menace that had the shield generator. Oh my god. I think that's the Famba or the Falumpusat. I always get those mixed up. Someone will tell me though. Yes, it's on Google Hangouts. I sent you an email with a link as an invitation. So if you click that link, you should be able to join. Honestly, though, Creed, I wouldn't want that as like a UCS set. I would just want that as like a big thing, you know? Appreciate that, Stanley. Jedi Bob, did you get the invite, my guy? What do you think of the Outrider? It's all right. I don't love it. Everyone in the chat right now, I want to know, what is your favorite Star Wars planet? Post it. Creed, I think that's a wonderful idea. I would totally buy that. Naboo. Do you mean the nice part of Naboo or the Naboo swamps? Yes, Starkiller base counts. What's up, Lonely Tent? The swamp, clearly. It's nothing like the good old Naboo swamp. Says, would you mind if LEGO ever discounted battle packs? They actually have. They recently had some battle packs on discount. It was only an in-store thing, so you had to actually find them, but they actually recently did that. Do you guys remember when battle packs were cheaper? What did they go? They went from like $10 to $12 to $15. LEGO has altered the deal too many times. I pray that they won't alter it again. ROB said his favorite planet was Umbara. Battle packs aren't $17, they're just 15. How much longer am I going to stream for? Maybe an hour. I got this shirt from the LEGO convention I went to. Will I ever make a Clone Wars MOC? Yes. Yo, think Lucasfilm will create a new desert planet called Jakkueen. Why not? Why not? Do you think LEGO will host a brick convention? Not anytime soon. Yeah, I've searched for source material for the buildings, and I've been on the game. All right, Captain LEGO Star Wars, post your email, and I'll send you an invite to join the stream. What's up, Ben the Brick Builder? Yeah, exactly, Hunter. Making a clone base is so simple. What's up, Dalek? What's up, Enter? Man, I was so excited to build one of your Naboo starfighters until you told me how much it cost to get the chrome parts on it. That really has me bummed out. RLB says his hometown is cold like hot. Have you ever considered building a ship MOC? For example, the Home 1 instead of a planet? Yeah, I've actually talked about this at least a little bit. I would love to do something like that, like a big capital ship size build. It'd be really fun. It'd be really fun. Andrew says, well, it still looks good in gray, right? I mean, it looks great in gray, but that chrome is just, like, how can I love the gray when I know the chrome is out there, you know? What are some battle packs I wish for the future? My ideal battle pack is 4 Phase 1 clone troopers. That won't happen anytime soon. Hey, what's up, Galactic Bricks? Our resident stop motion boyo. Ugh. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's cold here where I am, but it's certainly cool. Phase 1 or Phase 2? Phase 1. I prefer Phase 1 clone troopers to Phase 2. Am I in the minority on that? What do you guys think? Phase 1 or Phase 2 clones? Let me know. All right, we got 2 phase 1s and 2 phase 2s. Yeah, dude, phase 1 had the shark fin. Like, how can you not get behind the shark fin? I would love to see like them do a Star Wars film where in it like they use scuba. I don't know. This is already sounding dumb, but it's worth it. They have like scuba phase 1 clone troopers, and they let's say there's like a beach, and there's like battle droids on the beach awaiting the arrival of these clones, and then the clones like slowly march their way up the beach. And like for a good while they're in their scuba gear, all you can see is their fins. So you see like one pop up, and then there's just like a white fin, and the battle droids are like, "Roger, Roger." All right, see ya, Stanley. Gooby0222 says, do you think there's a chance to get a new Falcon with episode 9 or an ATOT, original trilogy version? I don't know why I read ATOT. Or an OT version in the near future. I think we definitely won't get an original trilogy version in the near future just because the UCS one it's already out and it's going to be up for a while. As for episode 9, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a smaller Falcon for episode 9, since they skipped it for The Last Jedi. Lonely Tent 2 says, imagine a movie focused around the life of an average clone and infantry, something like how the OG Battlefront 2 campaign was. I think I would love to see a live-action Clone Wars film. What's up, BBBricks? I swear, you guys have the best names. He says, Bosk need know what you build. So how do you guys feel about them making Trandoshans be able to speak English in the Clone Wars? Because like in Empire, when the one Bosk like screams at Admiral Piet, like I don't know, I don't get the impression that he can speak English. He just like screams at him, you know? Like I don't know, what do you guys think? I guess no one has an opinion about Bosk being able to speak English. Lizard Boy shouldn't speak English. I agree. Tipping Tot Pat simply says he doesn't care. I care. In the words of Luke. The only reason I care is because, like, from what we see in Empire, I don't know. I don't get the impression he speaks English. Like, I think, like, in Empire, they like if they had an extended sequence with Bosk, he wouldn't have been speaking English. But I guess Dave Filoni just decided, heck, why not? Just make Trandoshan speak English. Ooh. And that's exactly how I feel. And yes, I know it's basic, not English. What's up, Lego Mac? And yeah, Hunter, you can come on whenever you get home. I'll have you and Jedi Bob on. It says they do this with a few alien species that it's never convincing to me. I just feel like the boss one is especially egregious because we actually see him like make noises in the Empire. Like if he can, well, whatever. And I'm pretty sure Trandoshans don't have lips. That's why they talk with a lisp. Bask. How excited are you for Vardos to be finished? More than Crate? I don't know if at this point I'm excited for it to be finished. I'm excited to see it progress. What's up, Michael Wesley? Do you think Bob would be the basic translation of Bosk? Sure. No, I don't have to accept your invite. You should just bring you on whenever you click it. What happens when you click the link? Trandoshans are peculiar lizards with speech impediments. Brings me to your call, but don't see my camera. Weird. I'm gonna try. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know. It should just work. I tried sending you an invite manually, so maybe that'll work. Trandoshans. Those pesky Trandoshans. Here's a question for the chat. Maybe one of you guys will know it. What is the name of the species in the Clone Wars of the guy with the brain head? What are those guys called? No one knows the name of the brainhead guys from the Clone Wars? They were always evil. Creed says Cinetine. Okay. Those guys are very ugly. I would never trust a guy with a brain head. You're right. They're always devious. All right, Jedi Bob, is that you?
Oh my God, is it finally working?
Yes. What happened? What did you have to do?
Oh God, I don't. A lot of stuff. Originally, I was supposed to leave to go somewhere. Then I was like, no, Jay streaming, and then my Gmail wasn't working, and it was fun. It was fun.
It's the hard boyo life.
It's a hard Jedi life.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget you're a Jedi. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's in my name, Jedi Bob, so you shouldn't be forgetting it.
So is Bob your last name? Or...
Yeah, a lot of people are always like, what's your full name? And I'm like, Jedi Bob. My first name's Jedi, and my second name's Bob.
I'll just call you Jedi for short.
Okay, yeah, that works.
So how are you doing today, Mr. Jedi Bob?
I'm tired. I had a lot of, how do I put this in Jedi trips? I had a bunch of Jedi training. That works.
Gotcha. That Jedi training, man.
Gotta keep it up.
Yeah, no, you have to. So who do you have a Padawan, or how's that going out?
So this was asked on my kid. So you were talking about the videos. I actually upload quite frequently. Everybody thinks I just use this as a meme channel, but no, I have a bunch of videos. I have like 130 subs.
Oh wow! Okay, look at you.
Yeah,
I thought Jedi's weren't allowed to have YouTube channels, but
well, I mean, the Jedi Order's been destroyed. Right now, I'm being hunted by the Empire, so I don't really follow that anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
How would your Jedi friends feel about that?
Well, I mean, they're all dead.
All my friends are dead. That's fine.
I was gonna try to join on my phone so I can move around my camera, but I didn't feel like hassling with that, so I just, computer. It's the easiest way.
We're just chilling.
Chilling like a villain.
Exactly. Except you're a Jedi. I get the impression that you're a fan of the prequels, aren't you?
Oh, so we're talking about this. Actually, I can't say that I am. I've only seen Attack of the Clones once, and I got bored of it, but I did complete it. And I've seen Phantom Menace like twice. So I can't really judge those. Like, I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying they're bad because I've only seen them once in my life, and I just. However, I do like Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, you love it. Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I sort of love it.
Okay. So here's my question. What do you love? Like, what is you think is unique to Revenge of the Sith that you love so much that's not in like Phantom Menace or Attack the Clones?
I think Revenge of the Sith is just a better movie.
Right, but like what about it though? Because a lot of times I'll hear people say like, "Oh yeah, Revenge of the Sith is great, but episodes 1 and 2 are pretty awful," and it always puzzles me because I feel like a lot of the problems in Revenge of the Sith are the same problems from like episode 1 and 2. So I'm just curious to hear your take on, like what about episode 3?
I'm not okay. Well, part of it is the Clone Wars. I know it shouldn't, but like the Clone Wars makes everything in the prequels seem a lot better.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I've told this in the chat. Whenever I even think of Anakin, I always think of Clone Wars Anakin, who I actually is like one of my favorite Jedi.
Right.
In the Star Wars cartoon, or just Star Wars in general.
For sure.
But and then you see Hayden Christensen, you're like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
But I feel like they just got. If you hear my voice like changing, I'm moving around trying to look for my webcam, but I can't find it. But I feel like it was just more emotional. Because remember, the first time I watched Revenge of the Sith, I was pissed off. I'm like, wow, those clones are dicks. Wow. Oh wait, I don't know if I'm supposed to be swearing. I don't know if I can.
Let's keep it PG.
PG. All right, I can do that. I'm a Jedi. They trained me for this.
Right.
But I was always mad at the clones, and I feel like that's something that they pulled off good. Also, the ending, the whole entire ending, to Revenge of the Sith. I mean, in my opinion, from Anakin and Obi-Wan's lightsaber duel onwards, the movie is as good as the original trilogy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
High praise.
Well, okay, think of the ending. Luke gets you get that awesome ending with Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, rest in peace, looking into the twin suns with the Star Wars music, and it's like, wow, that's awesome. And then you get Leia, and then you get the transformation of Vader, which is one of my favorite scenes in Star Wars.
Okay.
Which I think is fair. It is a cool scene. You don't have to really see Hayden Christensen act. I mean, yeah, you have to hear no, but you can just.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about the no?
I think if they would have muted that and just made him destroy stuff, it would have been just as good, or way better, not just as good.
I feel you.
Like if they just had him say nothing, kind of like in Return of the Jedi, where he's just like, and then he quietly kills the Emperor. He doesn't go, ah.
George Lucas has a weird obsession with making his characters scream no.
Yeah. I don't hate George Lucas. A lot of people hate him, and I always feel bad for him because I'm like, you know what? He did help create the Clone Wars. And guess what? With the prequels, another thing that I like him is look at all the great things we got off the prequels. We got me, and I'm amazing. I'm just kidding. Without the prequels...
How can someone argue with that logic? All right.
But, I mean, for real, we got the Clone Wars. We got some of the best Lego sets, some of the best vehicles. Now, this doesn't make the prequels good, but we got Darth Maul, who I personally like.
You like him? He killed one of your homeboys.
Screw Qui-Gon.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy he wasn't too nice. I knew him. Jerk. But we also got, what was I going to say? Crap. We got a bunch of good games. We got Republic Commandos. You got Clone Army Customs. Like, a lot of good stuff was done. And we got Grievous, who we were talking about this yesterday. I love Grievous. He's like, I thought he's the coolest thing. And in the Clone Wars, I like him.
Okay.
But, you know, we're all entitled to our own opinion. I respect your opinion about everything. It's cool.
I mean, I just feel like Grievous killed a lot of your homeboys, too.
Oh, well, I mean, when Grievous came around, I was already, you know, I was crashed on the gunship.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know. My canon's really, really messed up.
I understand, man. It was you went through some troubling times. Like, I don't blame you for that.
I tried telling them I was a Jedi, but they denied me. They're like, dude, you died. And I'm like, no, I'm alive. But they denied me, and then they all died.
The Jedi have a bad habit of denying people.
Well, you know, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Really?
Yeah. Well, sort of. Some of them.
Some of them? Like who? You think Anakin was evil?
I never knew what happened to that guy. You know, he was a good kid. I wonder what... I bet he's still living a prosperous life right now.
You know, rumor has it that him and Padme were hooking up.
No way!
Yeah,
dude,
bro. Like, I'm not telling anyone that, but like
all the Jedi hooked up with her.
All the Jedi what?
All the Jedi kind of... We were all hooking up with her, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, she wasn't that hard to get.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's the truth.
Padme.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, dude, she wasn't just married to Anakin.
She what?
She wasn't just married to Anakin.
Oh, she had a few marriages? These secret
Uh-huh. I think
Wow.
one of them were women. I don't know what that was all about, but hey, I'm not gonna go there.
What is happening right now?
All right. Anyways, back to the prequel. So I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the also the prequels gave us insanely good music. I don't think you can deny that.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Padme's is actually my favorite theme.
Yeah, the music amazing, and the visuals are good. Even though the choreographed fights are very choreographed, they look pretty cool. I don't know. I like them. Or at least Revenge of the Sith. Again, I haven't seen Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace in so long, but.
So, do you consider yourself a fan of Star Wars, considering you've only seen Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones like a few times and don't really?
Listen to this. I've seen A New Hope, which is my favorite. I've seen A New Hope probably 8 times.
Okay.
Empire Strikes Back at least 4, and Return of the Jedi at least 4. And I love all 3 of those almost equally. Maybe I'll rank them on the stream. I don't know. I've seen The Force Awakens a few times, and I want to get into the Disney era of Star Wars. I want to talk about that with you.
You want to talk about that with me?
Yeah, because what would it be without you boasting about
I'm like Disney's biggest fanboy in this community.
How's Garrett feel about the sequels?
Garrett likes the sequels maybe only slightly less than I do.
So
he likes them a pretty good amount. He definitely likes them more than the prequels. I think Garrett hates the prequels more than I do, but he likes the sequels a little bit less than I do.
All right, I gotta make sure my phone my futuristic Star Wars phone is on ringer. In case
your transmitter.
Yeah, sure. So the problem I have with the sequels, and The Force Awakens is kind of a funny story. I used to not like it. Okay, so the first time I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. Then I kind of was like, it's not that good. And then I was like, it's okay. Then I hated it. Then I watched it again, and I'm like, okay, it's okay.
That sounds like my arc with the prequels, except it ended with I hated it.
God.
But anyways, go ahead.
So The Force Awakens, right now, I think it could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. And I think it was okay. And if you heard just a giant drop, that's because I have to get my computer charger. But I think it was an okay movie. I love Finn and Poe in the beginning.
Yes, I agree.
The only thing that bothers me, and it actually makes a lot of sense, but I really wanted to see the Republic, the New Republic, fight the First Order. It'd be like the Clone Wars kind of again.
Right. And I mean, yeah, I agree. It would be nice to see, another large-scale battle in Star Wars, but I think the canon justification is, with the New Republic, they don't want to see, another large standing army. They're kind of concerned with the Empire for that. So that's really why the Republic secretly supported the Resistance, to give them, some sort of army, but not necessarily like a large standing one, i.e. the Empire.
Like, because the First Order makes perfect sense, although I kind of wish they wouldn't use, like, TIE Fighters, Star Destroyers. Like, I mean, again, I love those vehicles, but I'm like, I would like something a little new, but it's fine.
I mean, like, I don't know, I get, like, we've basically been seeing starfighters and, X-Wings and TIE Fighters throughout all of Star Wars. Like, even in the prequels, like, the arc is pretty close to the X-Wing. In the Clone Wars, they use Y-Wings, and I don't know, like, I'm fine with using them.
Yeah, but I don't know, just something kind of bothers me. I'm like, oh, it's just the rebellion and the Empire, which, again, First Order's cool, although somebody pointed out something, how Kylo Ren and Snoke and stuff are very, I forgot the video, but they were talking about, they're like, when somebody got mad in the Empire, they wouldn't scream. They'd calmly be angry and be very threatening. Like, think of
that was like I think that was a Jeremy Johns video.
It was something like, yeah. And he's like, when Maul was all mad at Leia, he just stepped into his personal space, scaring her. And I was like, but with the First Order, Kylo Ren was like, ah! And I'm like, okay, that's Interesting. And I actually, there's 3 characters in the sequels that I really like. Rey, and I do have a little issue with her.
Holdo and
no, not so much. Rey, Kylo, and then I don't know, I guess Poe, sort of. Yeah. So in the Force Awakens, I love Poe. In the sequel, in the Last Jedi, I was like, Poe's okay. Finn. Okay. Finn in the Force Awakens. Now, okay, I'll go over my issues with the Force Awakens. The Force Awakens, it doesn't matter that it was really similar. I think there was some things that they went way too close to being similar to A New Hope. And there's 2 things. The Starkiller Base, they could have done something different. They could have.
That's actually my biggest criticism with Force Awakens. The fact that they didn't need to make Starkiller Base a planet.
They didn't even take it like a threat. They're just like, there's always a way to blow those up. And I'm like, oh, now I don't care.
Yeah, it's like they knew it, but they did it anyways. That will always confuse me. Like why do it if you're gonna have that type? If you're gonna portray it like, oh, it's just another thing that we gotta blow up.
Yeah, and then, oh god, I keep forgetting where I was going. Oh yeah, and then my other part was I didn't much care for Takodana. Now, planet itself was cool. I wish there would have been a cooler battle. Now it's something I feel like they could have done instead of the Starkiller Base is just have a cool battle at the end, sort of like Crate. Although I have another issue with Crate, but I think Takodana's Cantina bothered me a lot. I'm like, okay, man, this is a direct copy off the Cantina, and I'm not saying. Well, of course, there's other bars in the galaxy, but I'm like, do they really have to go to it and do all this? Other than that, The Force Awakens, I like. It's good. Now, one of the complaints I heard that made me so mad was someone was like, Starkiller Base is snowy. It's just like Hoth. And I'm like, okay, shut up. There's other planets that are snowy in the world. And it's not even a planet. It's a giant Death Star. But
rumor has it that Starkiller Base is actually Ilum, if you remember from the Clone Wars, where they take the little Jedi Padawans to train and like make their lightsabers.
I think I remember that. I'm in the middle of rewatching it since I haven't watched it since it came out, but I'm in.
Yeah, I've heard that Starkiller Base is actually on Ilum, which is kind of cool.
That would be cool.
But anyways.
So now we get into The Last Jedi. This will be fun. So The Force Awakens I don't have that many issues with. I think it's an okay movie. It's not my favorite Star Wars movie. It's not my least favorite. And Rogue One, I'll go and say I like Rogue One just fine.
Okay.
Solo. It bombed, but it actually was a good movie. It really was.
Yeah.
So Last Jedi. When I first saw The Last Jedi, I was like, oh my god, it's amazing! Then I went to, oh my god, it sucks! And then now I'm just like, it's undecided. So I like it because it did not copy any movies. It was very creative.
Okay.
I might have to go out of order here. I think Rose could have been a good character, but they did not need that whole entire Canto Bite scene. They could have just cut that out of the movie because it really was just like, no, we don't need it. I don't hate Rose, though. I don't even hate the actor. I think she just had some bad dialogue. Like, one of my biggest issues with The Last Jedi is there's a few. It felt a lot like a Marvel movie when Poe's making the mama jokes and the prank calls. I'm like, that doesn't fit in there, but you know what? That's fine. And then, oh god, and then the biggest thing, and I was like crying in the theater. I was like, internally, not really. When Rose goes, "I was saving you, dummy," or I was like, oh my god,
what's wrong with that?
I was getting emotional. I was like, Finn's about to die. If Finn would have died, I would have been like, that was awesome. But then he gets crashed out, and I'm like, shit. Well, first of all, they should have died then, but they get crashed out, and I'm like, dude, you should have let Finn die. Save the Resistance. Rey does her thing, and then done. I mean, you know.
Let's talk about that, because I think a lot of people. I'm surprised by the amount of people who wanted him to die there. I did not want to see him die there, but let's talk about that a little bit. So let's imagine a world where in that film, like Finn drives his ship into the big battering ram cannon and it blows up and they can't get into the base for some reason anymore. Where does the movie go after that?
If they can't get into the base, then I wouldn't have wanted him to die at all. That'd been dumb. Oh wait, no wait,
Right.
no wait. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I was thinking that they could get in the base. If they can't get in the base, it would have been, I don't know.
Because that would be the point, right? The point was to stop them from getting in the base.
It would have been a little stupid, because then it would have been kind of wasteful. Been like, well, okay, cool, but what now? I understand that, but I don't know. Something about it. They were setting it up, and I was like, man, this is going to be emotional. I'm going to be kind of sad about this. Oh, somebody's calling me. Go away. Yeah, Star Wars Office is the best. You guys think your American Office is the best.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so gotta take a
Copyright.
drink of Star Wars Diet Mountain Dew.
But so but yeah, like the point I'm making is, I don't think a lot of people really consider like what would happen in that film if he would have just destroyed the battering ram. Because it's one of two scenarios, right? Like if he destroys a battering ram cannon, but they still make it into the base, then that just makes it.
Oh my God! Stop calling me.
Like I was saying, so if he did destroy it, but they still somehow make it into the base, then
Holy crap!
Okay.
Here, hold up.
Did you just silence your phone? Didn't you learn this in Jedi school? Silence your phone.
Yeah, my friend's probably calling me. I don't know what she wants.
Ooh, answer the phone. Let's talk to her.
Yeah, let's not.
Why?
Cause, dude, she's wanted by the Empire. This could give away her location.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you talking?
Yeah.
Is she Fulcrum?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Is your phone silenced? Can I keep talking?
Yeah, it's on vibrate, and if she calls me again, I'll throw my phone out the space door.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, it's either one or two scenarios. So if one, he blows up the battering ram cannon and they can't make it into the base, then like there's no confrontation with Luke. That's basically the end of the film. Like they just sit there and wait until I guess they find a way out of the base, right? Like where do you go from?
I'm not like, I don't know.
But then secondly, if he does blow up the ship, then and they still make it into the base, that makes his sacrifice totally pointless.
See, that's the problem. I can't think of a better scenario. All I can say is like, if he died, I would have been like, hit me in the heart. But there's another issue I have with Finn, and that is, I was a little upset that, like, in The Force Awakens, I was hoping he'd be like, I'm done running. Yippee. But he does it again, and I'm like, oh. But then he learns his lesson.
Yeah, think about it. Like in The Force Awakens, the only reason he went to Starkiller Base was to get Rey, and they established that. So if for some reason he wakes up and he's like, oh, I'm a changed man, there's a very big leap in the development of his character that we didn't see, right? Like he wakes up kind of in the same place where he left off, which I thought makes sense.
Well, Garrett in the chat just said, silence your futuristic Jedi phone.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to Garrett for the super chat. And, yeah, silence your Jedi phone.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyways. But, yeah, so, you know what, Finn? I really can't think of anything better. It was just a little upsetting because I was like, oh, man, he's going to die. But, I mean, it's okay. He lived. I'm not, like, super upsetty about it. So I was just like, okay. Luke, a lot of people have an issue with Luke. I have a half and half issue. Part of me is like, I don't know why he's changed this much, but it's okay. People do change, obviously. That's fine. I do wish we could have seen him have a cool fight with Kylo Ren, because even though we got the fight in The Force Awakens, I really wanted to see Luke have another lightsaber fight. But the twist was also really cool. I was not expecting it.
Here's my question. Do you think, like, in canon, it would have made sense for him to fight him? Like, after he basically decides, no, I'm not going to kill my nephew, but then he decides, I'll fight him anyways.
But when he goes up to Princess Leia, why am I calling her Princess Leia? I don't know why.
I know what you mean.
Anyways, but he goes up to Leia, and he's like, he's too far gone. And she's like, no. I don't know how to do a Princess Leia impression.
Oh, yeah. She's like, Princess Leia with a southern accent. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my
Help me over. I mean, I'm Southern, so this should be easy for me. No.
All right, you're from Southern Coruscant?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Absolutely. That is absolutely what I meant. Yep.
All right.
No, but she's like, I know. So go kill them. And well, she doesn't say that obviously, but like, you know, and I'm like, okay, so here's one thing that I want for I get off like wait. No, I get off track really easily. So try to keep me on track here. But one thing I do want with episode was it 9? Yeah, 9. I really don't want them to turn Kylo Ren good. I want him to stay evil and die an evil guy.
He has to. That'd be the worst thing.
Knowing Disney, they probably will be like, no, we gotta make him cool. I'm like, he's already cool, but like, I don't know. I really want him to die evil. I want him and Rey to have an awesome lightsaber battle, non-choreographed. Have it like Anakin versus Obi-Wan, not as choreographed, but have like a really cool, awesome setting and all that. Have him die and do something like that.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. There needs to. I've heard John Boyega describe episode 9 as all-out war, and I'm actually very excited about that.
That sounds
a big
awesome.
To their battle.
Hold
on.
Oh.
I am being summoned by the front door. I'll be right back.
I'm going to talk to chat. I've never gotten to do this.
Talk to the chat.
Hello, chat. Yeah. Maybe I should try to find my camera. Get a good picture of me. Anyone have any questions for me? I feel cocky now. What's Jedi Bob? Can you ask Jay to let me join? Yeah, sure, why not? Dora. I don't know why I'm singing this. Mr. Bob, why do you wear gray robes with brown pants and a brown cloak? Because that's the standard issue Jedi. Jedi Bob, have you ever killed any Padawans? I have. I mean, wait.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I'm talking to the chat for a minute. All right. Where were we? We were something about the Last Jedi.
Did you kill younglings?
No, not me. Some guy in the chat did. Wait, were you there when I told the story of how I stole stormtroopers once? Lego stormtroopers?
No.
I don't know if I should tell it again.
I don't know. It sounds pretty incriminating, so I'd say probably not.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. I mean, I stole it from like a kid's house, and I was like 6. But let's just keep talking about the sequels for now. So, episode 8. So I told you when I had a problem. Now, one issue I had with Crate is I wish there was more of a battle because they're like, oh no, they're too powerful, and they're done. And I'm like, oh, I wish there was a little bit more of a battle. Now, One thing that's cool about the Resistance is how small they've gotten. They got owned by the First Order. They are screwed. Like, I think that's cool. It makes me curious of what they're going to do in episode 9 because, like, the First Order is killing them. They have, like, 400 dudes left.
Right.
So I'm like, how is it all-out war? Part of me, now I've always had this in one of my new stop-motion movies, not the one I'm making, but one that I've been scripting out for the longest time. I have a plot story where the rebellion's like, we're going to go to Camino and start our own clone army. And I'm like,
God.
It's stupid, but I'm like, that'd be so cool. No, it wouldn't be cool. Actually, it'd be insanely dumb, but I've always wanted to do it.
Oh, my God.
Listen, the clones were my friends for a long time.
I bet they were, but they turned their back on you, so,
Yeah.
All right, so my friend Hunter just got in, so I'm going to add him to the call. Give me 1 sec. One sec. All right, I just sent him an. I'll get him. He's sending me his email. But okay, so why do we need more clones? Please explain.
No, it's not something I actually want to see in the movie. It's just something I was like, maybe that's what they'll do. But then I'm like, no, I really hope they don't do that, because like, how are they going to build an army to have full scale war?
I mean, so the impression I get is whoever their allies are that they're trying to reach at the end of The Last Jedi, that's probably who they're going to be fighting alongside in Episode 9.
So maybe they'll like get in contact with more Mon Calamaris and like, because like we don't really know how big the First Order is. We know they're big, but they're definitely not as big as the Empire.
For sure.
So they could be maybe as big as the Rebellion was in Return of the Jedi, which is big but not like insane. Yeah. Now the Resistance show will probably show us how really big they are, but if they're only as big as like maybe as the Rebel Alliance was in Return of the Jedi, which again is big but not insanely big, then that makes sense. But if they're as big as like nearly as big as the Empire, well then I'm like, I don't understand how you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, it's all scale war, and like the Resistance would be shut down.
I would say they're probably not nearly as big as the Empire, and I mean, I'm sure that the fact that their main ship, the Supremacy, got blown up was like a significant blow to them, you know?
Oh, I have to give Last Jedi credit for that. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome.
I thought that was one of the coolest scenes in Star Wars we've ever seen. Stanford says they have enough ships to take over the galaxy, so pretty big. Do we know that for sure? Like, I know at the beginning of The Last Jedi in the crawl, they're like, yeah, they're starting to like invade worlds or whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some comics and stuff that they are taking over worlds, but I'm like, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think they're in. I don't think they're.
So, I mean, I don't know. So I'm gonna get into probably my last gripe, and you've heard me talk about this, and that is I just have more of an issue with the people behind Star Wars more than the movies themselves.
Now, this one I find really interesting, but go ahead.
Now, I can't find them right now, but I've seen billions of videos, and I've went on the tweets themselves. When The Last Jedi came out, and a lot of people were like, we don't like this. Now, I understand a lot of people were really actually being sexist and stuff, and were like, yeah, screw you. But there was actually
hi, guys.
Hey, what's up? Hold on 1 second, Hunter. Jedi Bob, continue.
So, the problem was Rian Johnson didn't. First of all, Rian Johnson said some stupid stuff. He's like, I want to split the community in half. And I'm like, no, well, you don't really want to do that. I understand that it might happen. But the issue was J.J. Abrams tweeted out a tweet that I'm like, wow, okay. He's like, people who don't like The Last Jedi are threatened by women. And I'm like, what? I was like, really?
Who said those exact words? Please find me these tweets.
I will. I'm going to look them up right now.
I will say though, a lot of people who don't like the Jedi who don't like Last Jedi are threatened by women.
Yeah, I'm not saying they aren't. I'm saying
I would say that's probably a factual statement.
There are people though that are like, no, we just don't like this movie because in our opinions, and in our opinion, Luke was handled badly. And then Rian Johnson called them all man babies, and I'm like, oh my god, they're like making fun of the audience. And Kathleen Kennedy did that stupid thing where she had a shirt called the Force is Female, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
You sound like you've been on Reddit too long. So
no, I've never been on Reddit. Actually, it's all on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, you've been watching some of those cancerous YouTube channels. Okay, for one, that was actually like that had nothing to do with Star Wars really. That her wearing that shirt was like part of some like a campaign about something like specifically around women. Like it wasn't just like a general shirt. And I don't think that's any more like of a screw you to the fans than George Lucas wearing that Han shot first shirt after he changed the movie to where he didn't. And two, I would just love to see you. I would love to see these tweets of J.J. Abrams making blatant statements about fans. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know all the facts. These are from a lot of YouTube channels that you'd call cancer. So I mean, maybe they could absolutely be biased, and it was just me because I just was watching them. But I have seen a few of these tweets for myself. Rian Johnson I did see the Man Babies one, which I thought was stupid. Now the Force is Female, I think it was taken a lot out of context.
Yeah.
And the threatened by women thing could have been a very stereotypical thing because like you said, a lot of the people who don't like Last Jedi are really we're like female protagonists suck. I'm like, oh, am I? But then you also have some stuff. So do you know what a Mary Sue is? Like an actual.
Oh yes, I do.
So you understand that there's also a guy. Actually, the original thing was a Gary Stu, and it's a character who doesn't have to go through trials and stuff. And now I'm not gonna say Rey doesn't have to go through like problems and stuff, but I feel like she didn't, like in The Force Awakens, she could have went through a little bit more. Like, I mean, yeah, she got beaten up by Kylo Ren, not like really, but like, you know. But I also wish stuff was a little like harder for her to get through, because in The Last Jedi it kind of is, but like she goes through that Force vision. I'm like, what? And then I don't know. But they were saying like Mary Sue is a sexist term. I'm like, no, I mean there's terms for a Gary Stu and a Mary Sue. And again, it doesn't make me hate Rey. I'm just like, it is true that she doesn't go through like a bunch of trials. Like, I want you to actually try to tell me, but like, from watching The Force Awakens, she gets it pretty easy. I mean, she battles Kylo Ren, wins. She is fine by the end of The Force Awakens. And a lot of people are also like, oh, Rey had to go through no training to become a Jedi. I'm like, well, Luke did the same thing. Luke probably received less screen time training than Rey did. And
he absolutely did.
I'm like, I don't care if she learns how to become a quote-unquote Jedi or just know how to use the Force in The Last Jedi. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like some things came a little too easy to her, and they could have made them a little harder.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely see where you're coming from. That's a lot to get into. But before I do, I want to introduce. We got 4 of our Lego studios here in the live stream. You can give your hellos.
What is up, boyos?
What's going on? So you've heard some of the conversation we've been having. Do you have any strong opinions about the discussion thus far?
Okay, so I really enjoyed Last Jedi. I do agree that Rey should have had a bit more training. But I don't want to say she's a Mary Sue. I don't think she officially counts as a Mary Sue. So I do think Rian Johnson didn't do the best calling them man babies. I think he could have done a better job containing himself.
Yeah, I mean, so like that's the thing, right? I'm not gonna fault anyone for not liking Last Jedi. You don't have to watch you don't have to like any movie for that matter. The issue I have with it is I've seen a lot of people complain about the Last Jedi and Rose specifically, and it does seem like a lot of the arguments seem grounded in some sort of sexism. That's not to say there aren't valid arguments that aren't sexist, but there is a lot of that out there. And I think that that's not okay. So I don't really mind the creators going after that, because I think they should. Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen stuff too. Like, that's not to say that that's all of it, but that there is certainly a large portion of people who do feel that way, which is it's kind of sucky. But I feel like in regard to like Rey and her training, I was fine with it so much as like she just every character doesn't need to like get their hand cut off to go through trials or face something like that. Like if you look at Luke's character, I mean, he's kind of whiny in Empire, like when he can't get his ship out of the water, and I would say the toughest thing he goes through wasn't the fact that he got his hand cut off, but probably learning that Darth Vader was his dad. And I feel that, like, in comparison, Rey kind of has that same moment. Like, she finally has to accept the fact that not only were her parents nobody, but they were actually, like, bad people who sold her for drinking money. And that was, I don't know, like, I thought, like, that was pretty damning to me. Like, could you imagine if Luke found something? I guess, I mean, he found out his dad was Darth Vader, which was pretty bad, but like he at least still saw good in his father. Like there was still some hope for him like getting some sort of goodness out of his dad. Whereas with Rey, it's just like, no, like your parents were pretty crappy and they're dead now, so that's never going to change. Like, I'm fine with them just doing different things with that character. I don't think every character needs to go through the same types of things for us to be like, oh, like they didn't face enough resistance to their arc. Like, Rey's a very different character, and I'm cool with that. We've had 2 Star Wars trilogies where the protagonist kind of comes from the same situation. With Luke and Anakin both kind of go through the same types of stuff. But I don't know. I'm glad they went in a different direction with Rey. But go ahead. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Also, I have a question for Jedi Bob.
Yo.
How is it running from the Empire? How's life? How's your life running from the Empire?
By the way, Jay, I found the tweets, but looking at them, I feel like a lot of people take them out of context. But either way, I did find them, and I'll show them to you later.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. How's running the Empire life going, man? Sounds rough.
No, it's wonderful. Who doesn't, love being chased around all day, threatening my life? It's wonderful.
And the worst of Fenn, you've had a pretty messed up day, haven't you?
Yeah. I have.
So how about this? This is something we can all weigh in on. Let's go around. Name your favorite Star Wars character. And Jedi Bob, I really do hope you answer this not in your Jedi Bob persona. But let's go around and state your favorite Star Wars character and why they're your favorite character. So
me, because I'm awesome. No, I'm just kidding.
That's exactly why I said what I just said.
I'm just kidding. No.
Hunter, I'll let you go first while Jedi Bob tries to get over himself.
Okay, so for a while it actually switched between 2 people. For a while it was Anakin Skywalker, then it switched to one, and it just kept switching. My favorite right now is definitely Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Prequel Obi-Wan.
In episode 2, he wasn't your favorite. But Obi-Wan would be my favorite. The reason
prequel Obi-Wan or original trilogy Obi-Wan?
Original trilogy.
Gotcha.
Then Kenobi. Liked him as a character. I thought he was. I really liked how they had him as an old hermit in episode 4, to the point where he's this old crazy guy who lived up in the jungle and waste, and then Luke comes looking for him. He's like, "Oh, is this droid? This droid says he belongs to an Obi-Wan Kenobi." Obi-Wan's just like pondering it for a second. He's like, "Man, I haven't gone by that name and since I cut your father's legs off." So
yeah.
I thought Obi-Wan Kenobi was just. I thought he was a cool character. I really liked his story coming from where he wasn't too strong in the Force, but he mastered the art of basically deflecting. He was the master of sorcery. I just enjoyed his character, especially through the movie and comics.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that. All right, Jedi Bob, what's your
Obi-Wan Kenobi movie?
So I'm kind of in a debacle. I don't know if I even used that word right. So part of me wants to say Luke, because it's Luke. How is there anything else thing to say? But it probably is not. And God, he's was it Hunter, right?
Yeah.
All right. You kind of stole mine. I was also gonna say Obi-Wan, because Clone Wars Obi-Wan, absolutely love him. Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, he's all right, and the original trilogy is amazing. So, and again,
Yeah,
Clone Wars really factors into stuff. I really like the Clone Wars, obviously, and Rebels, I guess. So I'm not gonna choose Obi-Wan. I'm not gonna choose Luke, because those two are just kind of just everyone's. So I'm gonna go a little crazy here. I'm gonna say Anakin, Anakin / Darth Vader.
Really?
Prequel Anakin, dumb. Clone Wars Anakin, amazing. And or Ahsoka, crap. Okay, wait. No, it's probably Anakin. I like Clone Wars Anakin, and then Vader is awesome. Vader has been good in all the films, except that one time he said no. Every time you see Vader Rogue One, Vader was like literally like, whoa.
And I didn't use dialogue in Rogue One.
Dropped.
Vader in the original trilogy, amazing. And then Anakin in the Clone Wars makes me like him a lot more. So I would say Anakin, but my second choice might be, I guess, Ahsoka. I don't know.
I find that surprising.
Really?
Did you like Ahsoka like from the beginning, or did it?
At the beginning of the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh yeah. No, not at all. But at the end of the Clone Wars, she's cool, and then Rebels, she's pretty awesome. Now, yeah, I think it'd be Anakin, which I feel like not a lot of people would actually be like. I wouldn't choose Han. A lot of people choose Han. I never actually was a super big fan of Han. Like, I'm like, he's cool, but he's not like amazing. And Leia's cool, but like again. But yeah, I guess if I'm not gonna choose Luke or Obi-Wan, it'd be Anakin.
Anakin.
Remember, this weapon is your life.
Wars not make one great. Oh, Obi-Wan.
I take it back. I take back everything I said. It's actually Jabba the Hutt. No,
oh dear.
Just out of curiosity, I'm going to tell this first. As a kid, again, I said I loved Grievous. Jabba the Hutt, I loved Jabba as a kid. And it's specifically maybe because of the Lego. Because I always was like, he's the coolest character ever. In Battlefront 2, I always played in his awesome palace with the Rancor and stuff. And I always wanted the figure when I was a kid, the original green one.
Uh-huh.
Man, I don't know.
Green.
Jabba used to be so cool, in my opinion. He's actually quite boring in The Return of the Jedi, in my opinion. But, like, I used to love him.
Jabba was just, I don't know. I didn't have any strong opinions about him when I was younger.
I thought he was a cool villain.
It's a disgusting looking slimy guy.
I think he's a pretty. Most of the time, I just pass him by. I just like he's there and all that. He adds a little bit to the story, but
Jedi Bob.
Cool.
I have a short story, and this is one of the craziest things. Now, back when I was 7 years old, and this is again out of character here. When I first got into Lego Star Wars, it was 2009. And I got a bunch of sets for Christmas, and I had enough money to buy the ATTE, so I did.
The Clone Wars one?
Yeah, and it came with Rada.
Yes, it did.
So, but then I went into this Dark Age the summer, and I don't know, I'd been turning 8, and I sold all my sets, and I had a lot of good ones. No, it's not that big of a collection.
Here's a question. Do you remember what you bought with the money you got from selling your sets?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you'll actually find this really funny. You specifically, Jay. I'll tell you in a minute. So I sold all of them for about $150, which is insanely low for all my sets. And I sold all my SpongeBob sets. SpongeBob sets were the original Legos I got, and I rebought a bunch of them because they're amazing. And I had a bunch of Clone Wars stuff. Like, I had the AAT, the ARC 170, the ATTE, Pirate Tank, Vulture Droid, Corporate Alliance Tank Droid, a bunch of them. But then I sold them. And I gave a few of the sets to my friend, so I kind of cheated the guy that I sold them to, because I gave a few of the sets to my friend, but then they destroyed them, and I'm like, okay, jerks.
Wow.
So when I was getting back into Lego, now, yeah, so what I bought, and oh my god. So I would have bought a few different things, but I was really getting back into wrestling.
Hey!
So okay. I went out and bought a bunch of TNA figures. I remember all of them. God. I'm gonna tell you all of them who I bought. I have a video on my secret channel who I'm supposed to tell a couple people who that was. I bought a Sting.
Okay.
These are the new Jax ones. It was called. I got a Kurt Angle, Sting, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett, and I think Suicide. And I didn't even watch TNA. I don't even know why I got them.
Wait. You didn't even watch TNA?
I sort of watched it. I mean, I knew who Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett were, but I didn't really. I was stupid. First of all, I didn't even really like wrestling at the time. Now, I really do like wrestling now. I watch every pay-per-view, and I watch at least one Raw and SmackDown at least every, like, 3 weeks.
Right.
So I'm very up-to-date with it. But at the time, I didn't even care. I was just like, oh, wrestling is so much cooler than Legos. And then I freaking sold all that. I have the video where I'm like, okay, look at all my new TNA figures. And guess what? I sold all of them. I sold all of our old wrestling figures. And I don't know. I got like $25 for them. I was so dumb. I played with them for like 3 days.
Wow.
Wow. That is
Man, I bought TNA fit. Not even WWE. I was like, no, I want TNA.
So I don't know if you know, but I used to be like the biggest TNA fan ever.
I went back on your channel because I was like, holy crap, Jay likes wrestling. That's amazing. And then I was like, why were you defending TNA so much, my man?
Dude, I got out of wrestling for a while, and then I found out about TNA, and that's what like brought me back into wrestling. And holy crap, bro.
It's not even called TNA anymore. It's called Impact Wrestling. I'm like, no.
They like muted me from commenting on their Facebook page because I was talking so much crap at one point.
Dude, TNA used to be cool. I will admit, like, I was looking back at pictures. The 6-sided ring looked amazing. And, oh, my God. First of all, your animations, I've always dreamed about doing wrestling stop motions and never could do them. You did it good. I was like, wow, this is impressive.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was, like, my life at one point, dude. And I would still love to continue it at some point. But,
dude, the 6-sided ring... Like, one thing I love about the old school wrestling, WWE, is the harsh, like, lighting, like, the really harsh, like I don't know.
Totally agree. Everything's so bright now.
Like, it was, like, just a giant spotlight in the middle, and it was, like, very, like, gritty. Like, the whole entire arena felt like that. It was dirty, almost, and TNA had that feeling with the cool ropes. Everything looked cool in TNA, but now it's just, like, ugh.
Yeah, TNA is just terrible.
Yeah, excuse me. Anyways, so back to the story after explaining my TNA. I still can't believe I did that. I remember the night I got all to. Oh my god, the biggest regret of my life. Not really. So what ended up happening is I got back into Legos and my parents were like, "Are you serious? We just sold all of them." And I'm like, "I'm sorry." But with my report card money, I went and bought myself a Kingdom set and eventually got back into Star Wars. Then I went into a year-long Dark Age again, but I didn't sell any of them. And then I got out. Here I am. So in that beginning phase, one of my friends brings over a couple Lego people. And one of them's Rada. I'm like, this is the figure you have. No, not my good Obi-Wan or Anakin. You bring me Rada the Hutt. What am I going to use him for? And I still have him to this day. And I've never used him. Never played with him. Never put him in a set. He is literally just sitting in a bucket of figures.
Yeah.
And that is the story of the reason I'm depressed. No, I'm just kidding.
So I had no idea you were a wrestling fan until I think yesterday you mentioned something about it.
Well, on my secret channel, I've commented a bunch about wrestling.
Oh, okay. That's really funny. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I really like
wrestling, especially on this channel, because this channel was basically just all wrestling at one point. And, now it's not really, and I don't, not too many wrestling fans come across here. So when there's some crossover between, like, Lego Star Wars and wrestling, it's pretty cool to actually talk to people who like it.
Yeah, when I found out you liked wrestling, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then when I found out that you still, watch it, I was like in shock. I was so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy to come across wrestling fans because the very stereotypical thing, and especially at my Jedi training school. Yeah, that's it.
Why are you still at Jedi training school? That's the question I want to know.
All right, fine, normal school, whatever.
You're like the SpongeBob SquarePants of the Jedi.
Jedi driving school.
Yeah.
But I told one of my friends I like wrestling. He's like, it's fake, and I'm like, no, I actually thought they hit each other with chairs and and survived. I get this.
Why don't people react that way to literally anything else? Like when I tell people I like Star Wars, people are like, oh, that's fake, right? They're not actually out there fighting each other. I'm
like, the point of wrestling is it's like a TV show that's just more reality based,
Exactly, yeah. When people tell you they like Jersey Shore, it isn't, oh, that's fake, right? Like whatever.
It's like screw off, man. But yeah, I mean, I like wrestling, so.
Jay, question.
What's up?
You just dropped a bomb on me. Star Wars is not real. It's not going out in stars.
I feel this is a conversation you need to have with your parents. I'm not the one to give you that news.
It's not. What? That's more of a bomb finding out Santa's not real. What?
No!
I got some bad news for you. Yeah, dude, wrestling. Oh, I love wrestling.
It's hard to explain it. Luckily, my brother likes it, and without the network, I would have never stayed back into it. But
I agree. No, there's no way I could still pay like $30 or $40 for pay-per-views nowadays.
no, $10? I'm fine paying that. Because if the pay-per-views suck, then I'm fine with it. I mean, yeah, sure, Roman Reigns makes you want to cry, but I'll deal with it.
Who did I ask this to yesterday? Did I ask you?
You asked me who I liked better, Rose or Roman.
Oh, okay, that's right. I was about to ask you that again. Okay, I got you.
I said I hate Roman Reigns more.
Wow, dude.
Do you remember when he won the? I don't want to turn this into wrestling, but do you remember when he won the stupid title at the Royal, or he won the Royal Rumble, 2014 or 2015, and the boos were like insane. No person in that arena was cheering, and they sent out The Rock to.
That was so embarrassing for The Rock.
He's like comes out there and everyone's like, boo! Like I was like,
why are they booing me? What have you done? Why are they booing? You're making them boo me. Make them stop.
Vince's boy. That's why. No, I'm just kidding. All right, back to Star Wars because that was too much wrestling, I guess.
Yeah. All right. I feel we've talked about a lot of stuff.
Jay, how's the platform lighting going? How's the lighting going?
I haven't added many more lights. I'm kind of getting into the section over to the side where there aren't a ton of lights. But I've gotten to a point now where I'm confident, like I feel like I know what I'm doing, which is nice because like it makes me want to do more stuff with lights, like try more ambitious things. Like there's these like pillars on the edges of the platform that have spotlights on them. And before, like I had no idea how to accomplish that, but now I think I know exactly what I want to do to implement something like that. So I think those will be pretty cool. I've been working a little bit more on the Corvus actually. So I'm building an LED now, which is my familiar habitat, and it's nice because you have basically an unlimited amount of pieces at your disposal. So I've really just been trying to get everything with that situated. I want to get it built soon so I can put it on this platform and then work around it and have like the spacing correct for everything. You know what I mean?
Basically scaling everything, making sure that it looks nice on the platform, nothing's odd.
Exactly, yeah. And also just that so it doesn't get in the way of anything. Because there's like stuff around the bottom of it, but I'm not sure like where the landing gears are going to be exactly yet. So I need to figure all that stuff out.
Oh, I think
that's why I'm wanting as fast as I can because I want to start scaling it.
For sure. What were you going to say?
I think I should. I have to do this whenever I can get in contact with the YouTubers. So the fake Jedi Bob stuff. So the reason this guy keeps doing it is he created this Jedi Bob account, and I don't know if it was originally even called Jedi Bob, but I think he created it maybe like a week before I did. And I never knew. I swear on my grave, I never knew this guy had a Jedi Bob account. So this guy's like, you stole my fame, and I'm like, okay, two things. You weren't using it. I've only seen him comment on one video ever in my life, and he has no videos on his channel. I'm like, I've used my channel for actual videos, and I'm still making more. I still have that animation to go up, and I use mine for commenting and stuff. So like, you can always know I'm the real thing because I have like 130 subs, and then I have like a few videos online. So if you're ever curious, luckily M&R made me a mod, and then BrickWiz just kind of knows it now. So I'm like,
BrickWiz knows all.
Yeah, BrickWiz is cool.
BrickWiz is omnipotent.
I think he was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he was. He stopped by for a short minute. So was Ryan.
He's going to be streaming later, so I'm going to probably head out.
Ryan stopped by, said Jedi Bob, and then left.
Also, Jay, I was going to answer your Sigifig thing because I guarantee my donations because I'm just so generous. No, I'm just kidding. I kind of donate because I'm like, I figured out how to and I have a bunch of money. No, I'm not rich. I'm just like, because I have a job. But I eventually, hopefully, will get to the $15 mark. You can just use my yellow figure and just put me in a building or something.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
you know, I don't like being turned a different color. I'm happy the way I am. I don't discriminate.
Wow. I didn't realize this was gonna lead to you taking shots at me, but okay. Jeez.
Somebody asked me on my Q&A. I sound so cocky. I do not mean to be sounding so cocky, but somebody did ask me on my Q&A. They're like, "Are you happy about being yellow, or do you want to be skin tone?" And I'm like, "I'm happy being yellow." I think I'm beautiful.
Yeah, I talked to you about this last night. Yeah, I've had some people comment on my Hoth episodes saying they really want me to have Cole just like Hoth at the beginning.
You should absolutely do that.
Cool.
It's been going on for the past like 2 weeks. Like, I get a comment saying, "Hey, can you ask Jay to use the song?" I'm like, I gotta ask him first. I can't just put it in.
No, you're more than welcome to do that. I would love that. That would be hilarious.
Sweet. Dude, I'm working on the brick wall around the side. Basically, you know, I'm having all around the sides be completely white.
Right.
Well, being I got the Bricklink order, I'm slowly building. Oh my word! Extra piece. You sent me a 1x4, not a 2x4.
Oh, okay.
Jay, what's with your shirt? Like, I mean, I understand it's a Lego figure, but like,
Yeah, it's from Brick Fiesta, local Lego convention. It's a guy with a guitar. I don't really understand it beyond that, to be quite honest.
oh, I need help because I was thinking I was finally gonna go to I've never been to a Lego convention, not a real one per se. And North Carolina came up, so I was like, I'll fly my spaceship down there and maybe go check it out.
You should absolutely do that.
But I don't know what to do because I don't want people. I mean, people know what I look like, but they might be scared if they see. I don't know how to approach this. You know what I mean? Like, I've not done a face reveal. Should I wear a real cloak and then have just a mask of a Lego figure, like a Lego head on me, or should I go in there and just be like, "Don't take my picture, else I'll force choke you"?
They're gonna call the police on you if you do that.
Yeah, awesome. That would look pretty bad. Some guy just going in with a cloak into a giant room filled with people.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I don't know how to approach it because I know Ryan's gonna be there, or M&R. And I've heard Lego Boy. Solid Brick Studios is gonna be in there.
Lego Boy, oh my god.
Dude, I was watching the Beyond the Brick interview, and I was like, dang, I remember all this. I was like 7 when he was doing all the old Clone Army stuff. I was like, man, that's all do it. Wait, Jay, did you ever watch Nice Shroud 99?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh my god. You don't?
I have no idea.
I did.
Who that?
Oh my god. He's God himself. No, I don't want to get it. No. He's this old Lego YouTuber who basically is what got me into YouTube and Lego. I used to rewatch his reviews on repeat, because I think we've talked about this once or twice in chat at least, how I used to have the Star Wars dictionary and I would just look at sets all day and be like, man, I sure wish I had that. Too bad they don't sell anymore. Like the MCT, to be specific.
Dictionary and just look at them and say, I want that. Dude,
the dictionary. That's where I found out about my own self. I was like, man, somebody's been keeping track of me. No,
that's creepy.
I don't know how they got my picture. Maybe they went in the Jedi archives. I don't know. But there's this old YouTuber. It's Nils Gerloff. I don't know. It's a weird spelling.
Nitrod 99.
He reviewed. He had this cool Clone Army and stuff, and he did these awesome reviews that are like really low quality but really good at the same time. And there were a bunch of old sets, like the red, for me, that red ship, I forgot what it's called, the Republic Cruiser. Yeah, Republic Cruiser, the MTT. I did a few other ones, the Tantive. I don't know, he did a bunch, and I would just be like in love with them because I'm like, oh, I wish I could have these sets, but I'm only like 6 years old, so
I feel you.
yeah. The problems with being young.
Like a dictionary, and then you point out sets like, I want this, but I can't buy it. I got no money. It would only be the big sets. Say, I want this one.
Oh, I had a question. I was gonna ask this yesterday. I'm really happy I got to join the stream. I get to ask all my questions. It's probably annoying, but that's fine with me. So I was gonna ask this because I was thinking about this because I watched one of my old videos and I had the Lego Police Station, the 2009 one. I'm like, I think that was like my first big Lego set. So, what was your guys' first big Lego set? And by that means, I mean over the price of $100.
That's a good question. That actually was the second Millennium Falcon, set 4504. And the funny thing about it is I wasn't even into Star Wars at the time. I just thought it looked like a cool Lego set. So I remember, like, I knew a little bit about Star Wars, but I'd only seen episode 1. So I just knew about those characters. And I remember pulling out the figures and just being like, who is Han Solo? Like, I don't remember him in Star Wars. But yeah, that was the first big set I got. It was a Christmas gift.
I think the first big set I ever got was I want to say the second Sith Infiltrator, not the blocky looking one.
Oh
that
yeah,
was like the first big.
The 2007 one.
I don't think that was over $100 though. That was like a $70 set, maybe 60.
I think mine originally would have actually been the ATTE.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I missed that set.
Oh, that's one of the ones you sold.
I sold. Yeah, that and the ARC 170 hurt the most because the ARC 170 was also. I sold my Nintendo DS because I didn't ever use it, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the store. I saw it, and I was like, wow, that looks amazing, and it was. It was amazing.
Dude, the ARC 170 is such an awesome ship. And
it is.
I really want to see a upgraded set or an updated set next year for the Return of the Clone Wars. I think
I do too. I've been floating the idea around of doing like an ARC 170 MOC just because I have like a really nice detailed version of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great. It was big.
If they don't get for the new Clone Wars series, I'm just gonna go on Google and find instructions to make a custom MOC one. It's just I really want to be.
All right, so I know this is a little abrupt, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and close out the stream. One, BrickWiz just started streaming, so everyone who's here, go over to the BrickWiz's channel. He's streaming right now. And my mom just got home, and I need to help her out with some stuff. But it was such a pleasure having both of you guys on. We got to talk about wrestling, surprisingly, as well as Star Wars, so that was cool. But yeah,
thanks for having me, Jay.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. And of course, you too, Jedi Bob. I hope that you don't die before the next time we get to talk. So stay away from that Empire.
Stay away from those Empire.
And Hunter, next update, I want to see Cold Like Hoth as the intro on that video.
I will do my best. I'll text you about it later to see if I can try and get it figured out. Hopefully I can.
All right. See you guys. Thanks to everyone who watched. I know we didn't get to engage with the chat too much, but I hope that you enjoyed at least some of our banter. Go watch the BrickWiz now.
Okay. See you, Jay.
See you guys. Dudes.